Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the Ccna exam preparation video. Today, we are going to break down 20 essential Ccna practice questions, analyze the options, and understand exactly why the correct answer and right. Let's jump right in. This questions in Indonesia, but I will to explain with English language. Number one, what is the default administrative distance of a static route on Cisco router? For question number one, the correct answer is A. Administrative distance, or AD, measures the trustworthiness of a routing source. The lower the add value, the more trust out the route is, because static routes are manually configured by a network administrator. They are highly reliable, giving them a default AD of 1. For comparison, dynamic protocols like AGRP have an AD of 19. 90. SPF is 110 and RIP is 120. Number two, which command is used to display the SPF link states database on a Cisco router? Moving on to question 2, the correct answer is B. The command show IP SPF database is specifically used to view the structure and contents of the link state database, or LSDB. This database holds all the link state advertisement received from other routers to map out the entire network topology. Option C is used for network relationships, while option D display the final routing table. And question 3, if a router learns two routes to the exact same destination network, one via SPF and one via AGRP, which route will be installed in the routing table by default? For question 3, the correct answer is B. When a router receives multiple paths to the exact same destination from different routing protocols, it compares their administrative distance. Since AGRP has a default AD of 90 and SPF has a default AD of 110, the router chose AGRP because it has a lower, more trust and administrative distance. Next, number 4. Which subnet mask provides exactly 40, 14 usable host IP addresses per subnet? For question 4, the answer is B. To find the number of usable hosts, we use the formula. We use this formula eh, where n is the number of host bits. To get 14 hosts, we need 4 host bits cos this, and since IPv4 total IPv4 has 32 bits. Subtracting 4 host bits leaves us with 228 network bits, written as /28. In dot decimal notation, /28 prefix translates to 255.255.255.240. Next, question 5. What is the broadcast address for the subnet 192.168.10.64/26? For question 5, the correct answer is A. A/26. Subnet must leave us 6 bits for host, giving us a block size of of this, which equals 64. This means our subnets go up in intervals of 64. This means our subnets go intervals such as 0, 65, and 198. For the 1 and 2 and 6, 8, 1064, such subnet. The next subnet starts at 1 to 8. The broadcast address is always the last address right before the next subnet, which leave use with 1 and 2 and 6, 8, 10, 127. Question 6. Which IPv num addresses prefix is used specifically for link local address? Looking at question 6. Yes, 6. The correct answer is B. IPv num local address are used for internal communication within a single local network segment and are not routable globally. By industry standard, these addresses always use the prefix FA, A0, double colon, double colon, /10. As for the other options, FC00, double colon, /7 is for unique local address. FF00 double colon /8 is for multicast and 2000 double colon /3 is for global unicast. Next, number 7. What is the primary purpose of the native VLAN on a 802.1q trunk? The correct choice is C. The 802.1q trunking standard typically adds a 4-byte tag to all frames to identify their VLAN. However, the native VLAN is specifically designed to handle untagged traffic coming from legacy devices or devices that do not support tagging. When an untagged frame crosses a trunk link, it is automatically placed into the native VLAN. Number 8. Which protocol is an IEEE open standard for negotiating additional links? Moving to question 8. The correct answer is B, LAGP, which stands for Link Aggregation Control Protocol, is defined under the IEEE 802.380 standard. It allows multi-vendor devices to bundle multiple physical ports into a single logical link. Version A, PIGP is a similar protocol, but it is proprietary to Cisco and cannot be used on non-Cisco hardware. Number 9. What action is taken by port security by default when a MAC address violation occurs on a Cisco switch? The correct answer is C. Cisco port security has three violation modes: protect, restrict, and shutdown. By default, if a security violation occurs, the switch takes the shutdown action. This immediately disables the interface completely and puts it into an disabled state. Number 10. Which port state in rapid PVST bus indicates that a port is actively participating in the network, learning MAC address, and forwarding frames? And the correct answer is C. In rapid STP or rapid PVST, the port states are simplified. The forwarding state means the port is fully operational. It actively processes BPAU control packets update to make address table and forwards user data traffic without any restriction. Number 11. What is primary benefit of using a centralized Cisco wireless LAN control or WLC? For question 11, the correct answer is A. In an enterprise network, configuring dozens or hundreds of access points one by one is highly inefficient. The centralized wireless LAN control acts as the central brain, allowing engineers to manage, update, and push security policies to all lightweight access points simultaneously from a single dashboard. 12. In a centralized wireless architecture, what protocol is used by lightweight access points to channel client traffic and measurement info back to the VLC? Looking at question 12, the correct answer is B, CAP web, or control and provisioning of wireless access points, is an industry standard tunneling protocol. It builds a logical tunnel between LRPS and the VLC, separating traffic into two streams, CAP web control for AP management using UDP port 5246 and CAP web data for actual client data traffic using UDP port 5247. Next, 13. Which type of access control list or ICL filters traffic based only on the source IP address? For question 13, the answer is B, standard ICLS, which use number 1299 and 103,000, 1,300 to 1999 are basic packet filters that look strictly at the source IP address of a packet. They do not care about the destination IP, source ports, or destination ports. To filter based on those extra variables, you would need to use an extended SEL. And 14, which feature is highly recommended to protect the SPF routing protocol from root injection attacks? The correct choice is C. Without security, an attacker could spoof a neighbor router and inject malicious routes into your network, enabling cryptographic routing protocol authentication like MD5 or SHA force SPF routers to verify a valid digital signature on every routing update before processing it. 15. Which data format relies on key-value pairs, use curly brace, and is widely used for REST API payloads in network automation? And for question 15, the correct answer is C. JSON, or JavaScript Object Notation, JSON. It's a lightweight text format used for data exchange. It structures text format used for data exchange. It structured data using key-value pairs enclosed in curly braces. This format has become the primary standard for sending payloads over RESTful API in modern Cisco network automation. In 16, in the context of software-defined network or SDN, what is the function of a southbound API? And 16, the answer is A. In a centralized SDN architecture, the controller sits in the middle. The communication going down from the controller to the physical hardware or data plane, like router and switch, is handled by southbound APIs. Common examples include protocols like OpenFlow, NetConf, and RESTConf. 17. Which transport layer protocol provides reliable connection-oriented data delivery with flow control. Looking at the question 17, the correct answer is C, TCP or Transmission Control Protocol. Operates at layer 4 and is strictly connection-oriented because it requires a three-way handshake to establish a session. It guarantees reliable delivery using packet sequence number, acknowledgement, and flow control via a sliding window mechanism. In 18, which Cisco proprietary layer 2 protocol is enabled by default and used to discover directly connected Cisco devices and their hardware capabilities? And for this question, the answer is B, alright, CDP, which stands for Cisco Discovery Protocol. Operates at the data link layer and is enabled by default on Cisco infrastructure. It gathers basic identity details like host names, interface types, and hardware capabilities from directly connected ports. Option A, LLDP is the open standard equivalent. And 19, which first hop redundancy protocol or RFHRP is a Cisco proprietary protocol that provides a virtual IP and virtual MAC address for an active and a standby router. And the correct answer is B, HSRP or Hot Standby Router Protocol. Was designed by Cisco to provide default gateway redundancy. Within an HSRP group, one router is elected as active One router is active as active to forward traffic, while another sits in standby mode. Both routers share a single virtual IP and virtual MAC address seamlessly. And the last question is a network engineer is troubleshooting a PC that cannot connect to the internet. Which Windows command is used to verify the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway configured on the PC? It's also easy, bro. Final, the correct answer is B. In the Microsoft Windows operating system, ifconfig is the standard command prompt utility used to view active network adapter details, including the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. For reference, ifconfig is used in Linux or Unix system. And option C is a Cisco iOS command. And that wraps up our analysis of this 20 Ccna questions. I hope this explanation helps you understand the concept clearly for your exam. Thank you for watching and good luck with your studies.